Hustle was started because I wanted to create a lane for artists to not have to go to New York or LA to get on.
Like, was that a thing that y'all was on? Like, yo, we
Absolutely.
about to fuck everybody up and change the game.
We were trying to plant the flag for the city.
Yeah.
Period.
Tell us how that happened, because people don't know that you took Virgil to Kanye, man. Like,
I might not be the freshest, but I know how to identify fresh.
no doubt.
Excellence.
Welcome back. Peace, everybody. Welcome back to Ghetto Runways. Yo, I'm excited to be back. I feel like we ain't been in the studio in a while, man. We here, but first, I know this is the corny part. We need everybody to like, comment, subscribe. I hate saying it, but it's needed. We just need all the help we can get. We appreciate the love we been getting. Twin, what's up, brother?
Man, we back. We back home. It
Yeah.
feels good.
Definitely.
And it's a very important one. This one here is dear to my heart. I know I say that shit a lot, but
No, this is different.
yeah. So, man, listen. I'm not gonna get into the years how long I've been knowing this guy. I'm gonna just get straight to the point. Miami had Luke. LA had Dre and Suge. Houston had Jay Prince. New York had Puff. Chicago had Monop.
What's up, Manop, brother?
What up?
How you feeling, brother?
Man, appreciate both of y'all, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, man. You know, let's just get to it, Twin. What you thinking, man? Like,
So again, this is a guy I've been knowing forever. So I know the relevance of fashion that we saw in the Kanye's, in the Virgils. Manop, let's talk about your history in Chicago, growing up in the party scene, them there, everything that kind of influenced the fashion.
Sure. So I started throwing parties in June of '89. I started my first, promotion company then, and about 2 or 3 years later, I became the only promoter to collab with Dim Dare. And I was very influenced by Dim Dare. I still talk to Reg all the time. When they kind of started to go in a different direction, I kept going. That's just really how it was.
And now, for those that don't know, explain who Reg is.
Reg is probably like the culture god of the city that started doing these amazing invites and parties for, youngins. And then he was also director of, a marketing director, I think at Burrell.
No, Burrell, definitely.
Yeah. And he did legendary campaigns. I believe he did the Sprite, Obey Your Thirst stuff and 5 Deadly Venoms, and he was just amazing. Yeah. So he was amazing. Still is.
Now, doing the intro, I introduced you as our version of all these hip hop icons, and I ended it with Puff. I saw, for me, growing up, man, and we're around the same age, but you was the Puff in Chicago.
That's what I was trying to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even front. I looked at Puff as the pioneer in the space and still do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
My first 3 successes post party promotion in the industry were all Puff related, from working on Carl Thomas's management team to doing McKelly Jameson's publishing deal with Puff, to moving to New York for a short period to work with one of Puff's producers in the Hitmen, which was Puff's production team. I was all about Puff, huge fan. Shout out to him. I know he's going through a lot, but I'm not the type to backbite and kick you while you're down. I believe he'll come back from what he's going through, and much love to him.
so when you say you was with Puff, you know what I'm saying? I know that. Shout out to McKelly too. That's my man. You know what I'm saying? Let's fast forward with Chicago. Like, what year was that? Do you remember?
98 to 2000.
Yeah, what year? When did you start throwing the parties? Like, I know you said you threw the first one like in 89.
89,
But
yeah.
when
I did concerts and parties from like 92, 91, 92. Like I brought Wu-Tang here for their first show in like 92.
Wow.
And then I was doing parties just like around the same time as well. So
I
I
saw
was
a
a
flyer
party
too.
promoter and concert promoter.
Well, yeah, I saw a flyer with Jay-Z on it before, like.
Yeah. I brought Jay to Chicago for his first show, October 3rd, 1996.
It's crazy.
And look, so I don't want to cut, but when he said 92, I think the public needs to understand this man was still in high school.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I did my first actual party when I was 13. I was in grammar school.
Yeah.
It was an 8th grade graduation party.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'll be honest, like just so like I used to see this, and I never understood how somebody my age was so like connected. Was just he just knew he had something different. Like I never understood it, man. And then I was like, oh. Then I looked at I was like, oh, this man comes from a family of hustlers, people who know how to get it, man.
Yeah.
Tell people who you are, man.
Yeah, I go by John Monopoly, but my government is John Johnson. My uncle, George Johnson, started the first black company to ever go public. And he funded Soul Train and started one of the first black banks, Independence, and he was definitely an inspiration for me.
Wow. So Monop, let's talk about hustle, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I know this is a little after y'all era, but that's the era where I really got in tune, you know what I'm saying, and started paying attention, man. How did you start hustle? Why did you start hustle?
Hustle was started because I wanted to create a lane for artists to not have to go to New York or LA to get on. My whole juvenile promotion career, I was spending my little cash trying to go to New York and LA to get the relationships so that I could bring the industry to us, as opposed to we have to go outside the city to go find the industry. So we went by a couple of different names. At first it was All Pro Fam, then Promotion, and then in 1998 we became Hustle Period.
Yeah, because I remember the all pro parties. A lot of them was like doing the spring breaks too, like when guys would come back from school.
Yeah.
And it used to be a lot of big joints. I remember like a lot of the collab joints. The best thing to me about the hustle era was the merch.
Man,
It was in them
we
t-shirts.
got the merch, man. We got the new version of the merch. Hold on, I'll show you that. I'll show you this too. Shout out to Jeff Hamilton. You know, we're
That's the
still
hustle
around.
Jeff
Still
had the
leveling
jacket
up.
on.
Yeah, man.
That's super dope, man.
So like them shirts back then them was everything. Like I'll be honest with you, that's one of the reasons when we started the Mayhem shit, we just started doing merch because it's like that hustle shit was everywhere. I don't know if you remember, because remember you did the Go Getters tees before the hustle tees.
Yeah.
I think, right?
No, you're right.
Because I remember I had to go to Happy Crib and pick up a box of them.
Wow.
And I was just putting that shit I had it all out west. I was like, man, I'm just give this shit to my homies, man.
Go Getters was Kanye's second, well, technically his third group. So first he was in State of Mind. Then he left that group and got in a group called The Outfit, 87th Street Outfit. I actually gave them the name Go Getters because my Uncle Rock, shout out to Rock from out west, he used to always say, man, they some go-getters, man. Yeah, you need to mess with them, they some go-getters. And I was like, oh man, I love that name.
Right.
So I kind of like took the name from Rock, just talking, and gave it to Ye, GLC, Aerostar, and Really Dope. And they were the go-getters.
Who came up with that font? Because it's the same font as the hustle. Yeah.
The font is I found that font one day at Bob from PS Graphics. I was in there designing some flyers for somebody. And I found that font, and I was like, man, I love this font, how edgy it is.
Shit was dope. It was,
man, it's super dope. And, you know, when I found the font, I just wanted to use it for something in our crew, you know what I mean? But I didn't know what to do with it. I just thought it was a dope font. I actually found that font the year before.
Okay.
But I had been waiting for the right opportunity to place it. So when we went from promotion
Right.
and went into hustle, I was like, that's what we need, hustle period. We would write the word hustle and then an actual period. And that's the font. We still use it as you see it in this jacket. Still use it to this
I
day.
want to ask you something too, because I always, so I always be thinking like, hey, man, niggas catching it, niggas, like niggas using it. So when Buddy said, I got a hustler spirit, nigga, period.
I got a hustler spirit, nigga, period. Check out my hat, yo, peep the way I wear it.
You already know.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure, because I felt like that's what it was.
Well, no.
I mean, but it was a shout out, right?
Yeah, I think it was more so like, just showing love.
Yeah,
You know
it
what
was
I
a
mean?
shout out. Yeah, definitely.
Because you got to realize, we brought the big homie here for his first show.
Exactly.
October 3rd, 1996. He might have been here before, but his first actual show where people pay, oh, you know what, that's not true. Chris Latimer brought him here. Shout out to Chris Latimer, in your area, one of the best promoters ever. He brought him here for a Mr. Jenkins event. Now, I'm aging myself right now because I'm sure none of our viewers even know what Mr. Jenkins was,
Right.
but it was an initiative that was built by Chris for Tanqueray, and Jay was the performer on that run. But people would just go to these free parties. So it wasn't really like an official Jay concert.
Right.
We did the official Jay concert October 3rd, 1996 at the Click, 2347 South Michigan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, I think it was just a shout out.
Yeah, no, me too. That's what I was thinking, man. But it sounded good. I had to let everybody know. I really was just letting everybody know, like, no, he was really shouting out the guys on that one, man.
Shout out to him and the fam.
Nah, we bouncing over, like we bouncing around because you've done so much and it's just hard to even to stay in the zone. I remember with the hustle period, shout out to Dante with the fashion firm and Custom Kings, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Custom Kings was doing the hustle.
I'm still working with
varsity
Dante to this day.
Yeah.
I just ordered some more hustle stuff. from
Yeah,
Dante,
man.
Like last week.
It's my favorite varsity jacket that they've ever done. Me and Dante talk about this all the time. We never told you this. Dante has designed maybe thousands of jackets.
Definitely.
But the favorite one we always like, the cleanest one was just the H and the hustle on the back. I remember going crazy. I remember I was out there with you guys with Shauna video shoot. You know what I'm saying?
39th?
39th at
Yeah,
Midge
Midge
on
shop.
shop.
At
Yeah.
Midge shop. Yeah. Shout out to Midge.
Yeah, shout out Midge. All of them
Yeah.
had the jackets on. I just remember helping Dante, just trying to get them done. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, this hustle period shit is just like crazy, man.
And then I think you worked with Dante and the crew when I helped get Boogie the Virgil
Yeah, we
account
did.
for MCA.
Man, I remember like yesterday.
Who was?
It was before that. Let me tell you, we all was in there. It'd be me, Dante, Dave, Edward
Shout
R.
out to Dave John.
Yeah.
Edward R. I
yeah.
bought his first pair of jeans he ever sold.
See?
The first pair he ever sold, I went in my pocket like, I love them, I want to support, I bought them from him.
I'm gonna tell you what you did for me. You wore a hoodie of mine. I used to have this gray hoodie with the duck all over.
I know what you're going to say.
You
Taz
had
Sarah.
The sad
With
Taz
the
Sarah
glasses and the
party.
scarf.
That's
Yeah,
when my
in New
phone
York.
went crazy in New York. Like,
Yeah.
yo, what is this hoodie?
What is this
Complex.
hoodie? Yeah.
Everybody was hitting me. I'm just like, this nigga, but nah.
We always rock.
Yeah, and he told me too. You like, yo, I'm going to New York tomorrow. Make me that. That's gonna be fresh tomorrow for New York. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I was there when you came through there. It used to be all us and Virgil be right there in the corner. And tell us how that happened because people don't know that you took Virgil to Kanye, man. Like, explain how that happened, man. Like how that worked. Shout out to Jay Boogie too,
Yeah,
man, because
yeah.
that's what we all was under the umbrella
Boogie's
of Jay
the big
Boogie.
homie.
Yeah.
Boogie's the big homie, period.
Yeah.
So whenever I had a design project, whether it was me throwing parties or whatever, or me working for Ye running the label, I would go to Boogie and say, man, I got this initiative or that initiative, how do I do it? And Boogie, as the big homie he is, he was like, okay, this is how you do it, this is who you want to work with, this is who you don't want to work with. So I had just signed Sarah, Taz and them. I'm like, man, I got to get this mixtape. I think, was it merch for the
It was. I
It
remember.
was merch for the mixtape?
100%.
Okay, so Boogie's like, man, I want you to, okay, let me give you more context. I had already been seeing the stuff around the office. And I was telling people, like, who did this? Who did that? And I don't know if it was you or somebody was like, man, that's our new kid, Virgil. I said, man, that guy's talented. And then after that, I went to Boogie and was like, who do I work with on your team to design this stuff for Ye? He's not really rocking with the people we got. I need somebody fresh. He said, well, I got this new kid. You need to talk to him. His name is Virgil. I said, wait a minute. Is that the kid that did this and that and this and that? Because I had already kind of been peeping him. Ivan tells a story on, I think, Complex or something. Mm-hmm. How, like, I had already been kind of seeing. He's like, yeah, you need to work with him. So I started working with him on the Taz Sarah thing, and it was a good groove.
Yeah.
So then he started just kind of coming over to my house. I jokingly say he was my intern. It wasn't like, a real internship.
Yeah.
He just would come over after work every day, and we would work on design projects. And that lasted for maybe 4 or 5 months. And then I just was like, man, Virgil, man, you're ready, man. Like, I got to find the right window to get you in the crew.
Yeah.
And I'm not really, I have a good eye for, like, design. I'm not really the freshest, I would say, but I definitely know fresh. You know what I mean? I know what it is. So I was telling him, I'm like, yo, I'm going to find a window to pull you in. Just so happened that, man, a week or two later, it called me, and he's like, man, I don't really like my art director at Def Jam. We're bumping heads, Manop, and I need to fix this. I said, listen, it's funny that you say that. I just met a young man who I think you would vibe with. Not only is his temperament right, but his skill set is through the roof.
Yeah.
He said, well, who are you talking about? I said, the guy's name is Virgil. And he's like, okay, I'm not familiar with him. I said, now you probably wouldn't know him. He's very, quiet, and then the couple times that we went to Jay's office, you probably didn't even meet him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't even think they had met at that point. But he said, well, how is he with, what was the thing at the time? The Illustrator program? Photoshop.
Yeah.
He's like, well, how is he with Photoshop? I was like, he's a genius.
Yeah.
Like, he's who you want to deal with.
Yeah.
Because I know you've been doing it. Because at the time, Photoshop, I think, was kind of new, right?
Yeah, it was.
It was kind of new.
Yeah.
So he's like, well, he's a genius with Photoshop. I said, bro, he got it, bro. Like, just let me bring him to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, listen, if you don't like him, shit, fire me again. You fired me 50 times already, That would be a little joke. So I put them together, and they hit it off, and man, it just went to the top.
Now, was that first design the Sarah joint with the gold foil, like the?
Was it the gold foil? The gold foil T-shirt, was it?
What you guys?
I'm asking. I don't know.
I can tell you. I can tell you because I was there.
Uh-huh.
A lot of the first designs, it was he was doing consequence stuff.
Yeah.
He was doing Sarah.
He had to work his way up.
Yep, he was
did.
doing Sarah. He did
Yeah.
GLC stuff.
But was it all the good, like the good?
It was the good
it was-
mixtapes, like you
it was
said.
the
Like,
good
yeah.
stuff, okay.
Mixtapes, yeah.
But yeah, he definitely did that. That was one of the first joints, you know what I'm saying? Because he would design it, Jay and us. We'd be up there pressing the T's and all that. We was playing with the foils at that time.
Because I remember the foils.
We had a gold foil.
That's what
We
stood out.
They got a
y'all
rainbow
y'all
foil.
did all the foils for
Yeah,
us.
we was playing around with all that. That was the best thing, the angel. It was
Yeah.
turning everything
Yeah,
into angel. Yeah. No, I was there for that, man. I just feel like it's important. A lot of people didn't know that. I remember you coming in there, hand-picking Virgil, and I never hear that story. He's definitely under Boogie's, you know what I'm saying? We all
Sure.
under his umbrella.
We all are.
all under his
We're
umbrella.
all under the umbrella,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I just remember you coming in there, me and Dante, like, now, John, I remember you came up there. The craziest thing ever is when Kanye put on my T-shirt, the T-shirt that went viral. I wasn't there that day.
The one where he had the bandana, he
Yeah.
had the yellow.
I wasn't even there that day,
It's
man.
the yellow T-shirt
So
with the duck.
so we just did the picture.
Yeah.
But you weren't there.
I wasn't there that day. I got sick that I was there. I take it back. I was there and I left. I was super sick that day. I'm like, man, I'm
What?
gone. And you call Boogie like I'm about to bring Ye up there. I'm like, man, I'm
Yeah.
sick, bro. I'm about to go to the house. And then like 2 hours later, they sending me flicks, him and Don fighting over the tea and all that. I'm like, I can't believe I left. And these
Well,
niggas
we
pulled up to
always
the
rock
show.
with you.
Yeah, man. It was just always love. Like,
I
we were just
remember when
excited.
I bought the hoodie
Yeah.
And I don't know, was it viral 20 years ago? Is that the term we use?
I mean,
It
When-
went
when
there.
did- when did- when did-
Yeah,
I don't
it
know.
wasn't the
How-
word
how long
viral,
it
but
been around?
it went there.
no, that shit was around. It was definitely
Yeah.
around.
But how, when I wore the hoodie at the concert,
All that shit hit
how did we see
MySpace.
it?
All that shit hit MySpace.
See, look at you.
Yeah,
MySpace.
yeah, that shit
That's
hit
what it
MySpace,
was.
and it just went crazy.
It went
Yeah.
crazy.
But I remember the picture like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because I was already shopping with Zoe.
I think I had on the Louis
You
glasses.
did. You had a Burberry
and a
scarf.
Burberry scarf with
Yeah.
a Fashion Geek hoodie.
I can't find that pic to save my life.
man,
I
I
didn't
need that
search for that
picture,
pic.
man.
The pic is so ill. You
It
at
is
a
a
Sour
dope
party.
picture. Yeah, the
Everybody
Sour
in New York is blowing my phone down like, yo, where's this hoodie? Where's this
But
hoodie?
let me
now?
ask you, so to your point,
Mm-hmm.
people were calling you,
Mm-hmm.
but how did they see it?
I just think just through Getty images of one of them.
Yeah.
Getty images.
You know what I'm saying?
that's
One of
what
them
it
photos.
was.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just at the time
I
like
gotta have
you
my
do
wife
yeah.
go through the search
Yeah.
and find that picture. You're right, that picture's dope.
I tried it too. I tried to search already. I can't find that
Man.
pic to save my life. I'm like, it was
That's
so
crazy.
ill. I remember the people from, this is when Complex was early. Everybody from New York was like, yo, what is this hoodie? What is this hoodie? I remember
Yeah.
like it was a picture of you and Happy, man.
It probably was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It,
Shout out to Happy DC.
Nah, it's just, you know, it was just a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? Even with Don, man, Don told the story on here just how he told, what did he say, Twin? He said, yo, he put you and Ye together. You knew that
Right.
Don was fresh and you knew him and Ye together. Like,
Yeah.
speak on that. Like, what did you see that those two, or how did you see that those two was just like, what called
Kinda
it?
complimenting each other.
Yeah.
So Ye was always next level fresh to me. So when me and Don started rocking 30 years ago, I put them together because I thought they complement each other's fresh. And I knew that it was actually a little over 30 years ago, but whatever. I just knew that it would be like a positive union. You know, the same way I was like, you know, Virgil, same way I knew that if I brought Virgil around Don, Ye, it would just be like a positive thing that would come from it, right? And, you know, Ivan, Taz,
100%.
The whole crew. I just thought that they were all unique in their own way. And like I said, I might not be the freshest, but I know how to identify fresh.
No doubt.
So, yeah.
And so sometimes you gotta have that eye. Like
Yeah.
that's probably like the most important thing, man. I
More
tell
than
people,
anything,
like,
yeah.
like you don't have to be the best basketball player to be the best coach.
You're right. You're right.
You know, like if you got an eye for talent and you know what's really going on, and that's what I've always appreciated about you. Like I feel like everything that you've done is hit from Carl Thomas to Ye. So just everything you touch, I feel like just hit. You know what I'm saying? At some
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Now
We've been lucky. I
yeah.
mean, you know, we've been blessed, and we've definitely done a lot in the space. And yeah, you know, we're just. I always tell people we're really just now getting started. So we've been blessed.
Now speaking on the Ye, right? There was a cover. I remember, like when Fader was the thing. When everybody wanted that Fader issue.
It was so important.
For
Yeah.
every artist,
Sure.
you wanted to be in Fader. Like we was calling people, but I remember that Fader cover, right? And I remember Don calling. He called Reef and was like, "Man, we doing this Fader cover, Joe. We need to, like, make this the hottest thing ever." Tell us the story of that, if you remember.
I
know
really
it was
don't.
I know it was a
remember.
long time ago.
But I just remember Don kind of led the initiative around the Fader cover process. I believe it was Rob Stone, who was the CEO or maybe even the owner or founder at the time, or running the show. But yeah, Don, he really gets the credit for putting that whole thing together. So,
because after that, it led to Complex.
oh yeah, and then you saw a ripple effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was at the time, anything that was culturally relevant was either on Fader's cover or in a big spread in Fader.
Okay.
So yeah, we were blessed by that opportunity, and it definitely worked. So, yeah.
So what was the idea behind, like, okay, we gonna make sure he's the freshest rapper out there? Because
Yeah, well, so let me tell you, not to cut you off, it was really his mandate. So like if you even watch him on the first Def Poetry Jam.
Yeah, that was fresh.
He made a little joke like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be the best dressed rapper."
He sure did.
If you ever remember that, but
Yeah.
it wasn't really a joke. You know what I mean?
Not at all.
This morning I spent a lot of time like trying to like pick out my outfit because I'm like really into clothes. I'm gonna be the best dressed rapper out in the game. So
He was very like deliberate about just being over fresh.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And you know, the idea of kind of positioning or helping to position Don as his right hand was to support that campaign, the best dressed rapper. Because at the time, and still to me, the best dressed guy in the city is Don. In my opinion, you know, I'm probably maybe a little biased over family.
No,
whatever,
you're
that's
not
fine.
alone.
No,
You're not alone.
Yeah.
It's just my opinion.
Right.
So when me and Don started rocking many years ago, I was always like, I gotta get you in the Ye universe because you'll help to really position him properly and you can bounce shit off of him, you know. So
Nah, I done seen some of the freshest pictures with. I'm just because I know you and I know the whole Grammy family. Actually, you know what I'm saying. I remember just Ivan, like you said, with his own style. Don, you, Ye, GL, just everybody was doing their thing. I remember Complex featuring you in articles. You know what I'm saying, breaking down your outfit. You know what I'm saying, like you guys coined a. I want to say I just think the illest shit. I say this about Kanye all the time is. Yeah, we all know music, so hip hop is our first love. But to mix it just on the luxury side, like, yeah, we backpackers, but now we Louis backpackers. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit was just so ill. Like, yeah, I remember watching at the House of Blues. I remember like yesterday, what you just said, the Def Poetry Jam. He said, "I'm gonna be the best dressed rapper." That's how he kicked off before he even did his thing, man. Like. I felt for so long, man, that's what changed the game because it was such a gangster dominated thing, you know what I'm saying? And we all from that, but just to step out like, nah, let's change the narrative and let's talk about our clothes. I remember Kanye coming out at the House of Blues like, yo, screaming, Killer Smoke, I'm not no neo soul ass rapper. What the fuck is all this? Like, I just remember all that, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was just the thing that I think to the world what got us, because New York was so, like you said, we didn't want to seem like we just needed New York. I felt like that's what separated us at the time because y'all was fresh, but this Chicago shit that we doing, like, was that a thing that y'all was on? Like, yo, we about to fuck everybody up and change the game.
We were trying to plant the flag for the city.
Yeah.
Period. And not to discredit our forefathers or people coming out at the same time. You know, I love Lupe, I love Common, I love Twista, I love Psychodrama, I love Do or Die, I love Crucial Conflict. Cole Hart just left here from Crucial Conflict. These are people that were before us, right? That, you know, most of them came before. And, you know, I love all that, but we wanted to be the best dressed and flyest and coolest in the world from the crib. That was it.
Yeah. No, look, I mean, it definitely hit. I think the world saw that.
They definitely saw that.
Because I feel like everything that y'all was doing, like everything Ye was doing from the black leather pants, you know what I'm saying, to the mics. You know what I'm saying? We still call them mics, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, just the whole look. Then when they hit with the skinnies, I mean, it's obvious. Like, everything that Ye was doing hit.
Yeah.
And people started to follow.
Yeah, that's true.
And I want to say, like, that's probably, he's the longest lasting fashion trend.
For sure.
Kanye West is the longest lasting fashion trend.
In the culture, in the whole culture.
In the culture.
Yeah,
and that's something that y'all consciously started.
Yeah.
Damn near 30 years ago. And that's why we felt like it was relevant to have you on here.
No, I appreciate that.
Because, again, that's something that you made happen.
Yeah.
Just from seeing and going, bouncing around in New York, because I know you want to talk about that as well, like how you were traveling. Like, people don't know, you were the first one to bring Cameron to the city.
Sure.
Before there was a Dipset.
Yeah. Yeah, that was in '98. I remember we brought Cameron. We used to have a club in Greektown. It was Mercedes.
Yeah, Mercedes.
Yeah.
I was there.
It's a long time ago.
Yep.
And we would try to be first in the marketplace. So we would brought, you know, Wu-Tang first in '92, Eric Sermon and Redman and Keith Murray first in like 97, 98. Little Kim and Junior Mafia first in 97.
Wow.
Cameron. And Jim actually came with Cam.
No, he was there. I'm
was there?
gonna tell you exactly what it was because we was on stage with him because we was just we just tried to just bum rush the stage at the time just because we was big fans of them niggas anyway. We was like, nah, we gonna hang out. Zoe, it was me and Dante Glenn.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? It was me and my brother Dante. No, you don't know him as one of Zoe guys. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
But we was there and everybody had on white tees at the time. And remember that little stage y'all had set up in Mercedes?
The stage was so small.
It was so small, G. But then
It was really ridiculous for us to really do it like that because it was way too small. But we kind of wanted it to be packed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And what's so funny is we were doing the shows really as loss leaders. So I don't think we ever made money on any of our concerts. But it made it so that our brand was high.
Yeah.
So that when we're doing, we would do concerts maybe 4 times a year, maybe 5, maybe during this time. But it made it so that our brand became so hot that when we're doing our weekly parties, the other 40 or 50 times a year, they were all packed, all fly chicks, all ballers and basketball players and all that.
Exactly.
So that's what made us kind of take the #1 spot.
Exactly. And I feel like Cam showed love, acts happy, I hustle.
Ain't even my size, see the greed in my eyes. Axe happy, I hustle, brought weed to the shine. Shit.
Yeah, no.
Brought weed to the shop or whatever. Like,
That's actually a true story. I won't get into it because I don't know statute of limitations and all that. But what he said was very, very true.
Look,
I'll just leave it there.
Yeah, I remember what it,
Nah, man, I just think, man, it's so much with you guys, man. Again, I said this earlier, it's just important, man, because I'm a behind the scene dude that like to talk about the behind the scene dudes, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think their stories be a lot iller, and it's like, maybe because I'm in that position now, it's a lot of buttons that I've pushed and a lot of things I've made behind the scene and I don't even speak on, you know what I'm saying? But I've always been intrigued, man, just watching you because you've always been the same, just super calm, like you'll come around, I'm going out of town, you got this for me, I need this, or Zoe, you'll call, I'm gonna put you with this guy, I'm gonna put you with this guy. You put me on the phone not too long ago, me and Carl Canal was talking and you happened to be with him.
Yeah.
He's still waiting to drop, you know what I'm saying? We
gotta do Carl, man.
We definitely coming to get Carl, man, like he's been waiting.
Me and
you know
Carl
what
are
I'm
working on something special. I can't wait.
Yeah. Nah, you've always been that guy, man. It's just as far as, just with the culture, man. How's Kanye now, man?
Man, he's good, man. He's just, he is dealing with, his health. I personally have a mental health issue myself. I'm bipolar. Probably most of the people in Chicago know this. It's not really a secret. But, when people deal with things like this, it's important to understand what they're dealing with. It's like, a lot of times I hear people kind of talking bad about them and dragging them through the mud, but I always use this analogy. If you see somebody limping down the street, you don't hate on them because they hurt their knee.
Yeah.
You gotta understand, well, shit, the nigga broke his leg. Like, that's why he's limping.
Yeah.
So, he's dealing with his issues, and I saw him about a week and a half ago. Spent some time with him, and I'm just trying to be there for him. And a lot of people have moved around and don't really rock with him, but that's my brother for life, and I'll always be there for him no matter what. So that's just what it is.
We team yay, all us, to the dirt. You know what I'm saying?
Till it's over with.
That's the issue that I got with the world is forgetting what people did as opposed to what they doing now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that I hate. Like, it's undeniable the doors that was kicked down and the style and even the guys he gave a voice, you know what I'm saying? Because again, just you guys, when you came in, it was a different narrative that we not just talking about gangsters and this and that, you know what I'm saying? He made it fun, in a way. So it's like, people go up and down. Dude is, I say all the time, the most important and impactful dude of our time.
Sure. Definitely.
And anytime he
Without
drops.
I don't think you can really debate that.
Yeah.
How?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And honestly, like, when you operate at that level of excellence, there's got to be some deficiency somewhere.
Of course.
You're not going to be just that skilled and that ill
Yeah.
to like the top of the top degree without there being, you know, somewhere, something that you got to improve upon. I think that's just not realistic.
Definitely.
So,
it's a part of
shout
the
out
story,
to
man.
Ye.
Definitely
Shout out to his
Ye.
wife. Shout out to his family.
Yeah.
And I just think it's important that, you know, we're there for him. And pray for us. Pray for anybody that deals with, you know, any kind of mental health issue.
Yeah.
Pray to get us the right, you know, the right care that we need. And I'm gonna go ahead and say we need it. It's just not me. For whatever reason, within the Black community, it's such a passe like the topic it turns people off. They get scared. They don't want to talk about mental health.
Yeah.
You know, in other communities, they do therapy just to maintain.
No doubt.
Let alone if you have an actual mental health issue.
Yeah.
I know a lot of white kids and Spanish kids and Japanese, Asian, whereas they'll just go regularly just to be okay, you know. But for whatever reason, in the Black community specifically, it's like a hands-off thing.
Yeah.
So
Just
that's actually something I want to change.
No, we have
So,
to.
yeah.
My youngest brother suffers, you know what I'm saying, badly with it, you know what I mean? And that's
Do I know your youngest brother?
No, you never met my youngest brother. But yeah, I just know that what you just said, the most important thing is just the miseducation.
That's right.
People don't understand
right.
the severity of it. They don't get it, so they judge it.
Yeah.
And you judging something
Judge
you
it.
don't
You don't
understand.
even understand
Exactly.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
Nah.
You know.
Yeah, no, man. I feel like I feel like we had a great conversation, man. With I feel like also like the leader of our generation.
Absolutely.
As far as like talent, just making sure, man. Like the reason now that Chicago has an industry, is because of this guy right here.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
And
that.
I want to make sure everybody know that this ain't, you know. And for years, again, like I don't think I've ever told you that. I think the one time we was in LA at the Genius premiere, I really let you know, like, no, like, man, I really genuinely fuck with you.
Shout out to Cootie and Chike, because in the late 90s, I'm just going to just touch on this real quick.
Yep.
In the late 90s, I was doing like promotion for Channel Zero TV.
Yeah.
And Channel Zero, Cootie specifically, Cootie and Danny,
Danny Sorge.
put Danny Sorge and Cootie Simmons, they put their heart and soul into an urban culture show that was really public access. I don't think they really monetized it. I don't think they ever got paid for it.
No bread.
But it was so good. Like, and I hope they like do something with that footage in those episodes, because man, it's our history, man.
No,
And they did something for the culture, so I'm so happy that they were able to work out the deal with Ye to do the Genius and make some real money.
Right.
I mean, they made real money.
Real money, yeah.
So shout out to them. You know, it really shows with the kind of dedication and having, you know, good moral fiber, the highest of moral fiber, that you can be good in this industry and still benefit. You know, a lot of times people think that you got to be a crook in the music business to make money. And I've never stolen a dollar in my life, you know what I mean? And I do okay. I'm not, you know, rich, but you know, it is what it is. But the point is, shout out to Cootie and Danny. Great guys, and they're doing amazing stuff. And I know him, Cootie and Chike specifically, have a bunch of new projects coming out soon. So support those guys.
Yeah, they got Ernie Barnes.
Ernie Barnes coming. They got a couple things coming.
Yeah, Kendall Cross.
Yeah.
Fruit things that they're working on, man. We Lord willing, you know, they're gonna be big as well.
Yeah, no, I believe they will be.
Yeah, and everything is.
Those guys are winners.
Definitely.
They're winners. They're really winners.
No, man, Joe, we just really appreciate you, man, sitting down with us, man, telling people the real. The man his back is hurting, y'all.
Yeah, that's
so,
why.
Just so y'all know.
Yeah, I want y'all to know. Yeah.
I'm not leaning, trying to be cool.
No, my man, his back's hurting, man.
Yeah, I gotta have surgery, but that's why I'm sitting on pillows and leaning to the side.
Man, he took time to come out here and really tell us what it is, and we appreciate you, brother. Again, like,
Man, appreciate you.
you know, this is man. I've been knowing this man more than half my life, so
Yeah.
it just is what it is, man. You always
That's
been
so
a brother.
funny. You used to come to Mercedes Club. That was the beginning of the Dragon Room.
I know.
Damn.
I know.
That was 96.
Yeah.
I was 21 years
I was
old.
gonna say I met y'all in 95, 96. Because I remember the
But
promo.
you and your brother?
Yeah. That's how long ago it was.
Wait a minute. So, how old were you in '96?
A year younger than you.
Oh, you're okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're younger than you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
And that's why I was like, man, I can't believe this kid my age is doing all this shit, man. To me, it was mind blowing, man.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I'm
just
saying?
started young and just was trying to make something happen, you know.
Yeah.
You made a lot happen, bro. We all looked up to you, man. Just like yo, Manop, it was just always been smooth. Happy, one of my guys, best friends to this day. So it's always been like, nah, Manop. And I just think it's extra dope. Like I said, when Ivan was sitting here, when Don was sitting here, they like, nah, it was Manop.
They like, we got to talk to you about
Appreciate
it.
that.
We knew it, but it's just,
Yeah.
it's
just,
And I still, you know, we still keep it home. So you see I'm rocking my new
Yeah, I
Just
see.
Don
I ain't
hat.
never saw that one before.
Bought this the other day. I went down the store. I said, boy, man, you still got the flyest shit in the world. So I got to buy that right now.
Yeah,
And,
that's Don, man.
I had to grab this, and I talked to Ivan a couple of weeks ago. He's still doing this thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you know, I was with Happy night before last at Era.
Yeah.
And, you know, just went in there. He was hanging out and
Yeah.
just, you know, having fun. Yeah, I'm happy everybody's doing well.
Everybody, man, and y'all all deserve it because I just feel like that's our job. I tell Emery that. I used to tell
Yeah.
Boogie that. I feel like it's our job to keep the names ringing without them
Yeah.
having to say anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't lose any points for letting cats know where the influence came from.
Yeah.
And I was influenced by y'all. I remember when y'all was Jesus pieces and Bake Watches. We had
Yeah.
Fashion Geek pieces and Bake
Yeah.
Watches.
Yeah.
And we was Evizel down and we was
Evizel
fresh,
era was
man. Like
crazy.
all that, yeah, we tore all that down, but I always say it was the blueprint. I'm with you with Don. Ain't
Yeah.
nobody ever gonna be fresher than Don, you know what I'm saying?
it's a personal opinion.
Same.
Yeah,
You're not alone, you know what I mean? So it's like you ain't said nothing wrong. If you know your history, then you
Yeah,
know.
if you know,
what
you know.
Don was
Yeah.
doing, ain't nobody still caught up.
I'll
you know what
never
I'm saying?
forget Don had the satin Averex jacket. We did this little photo shoot for I think it was the Source magazine. Shout out to Dave Mace. We did this photo shoot for them for, this is a 98 or something, 97. God, I don't remember, but it's me and Don sitting on this police car.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was sitting on this police car. 'Cause we had to, they wanted, the Source was like, sit on the car. It's like, okay, we don't want to get arrested, so you have to like take the picture real fast. We're gonna run. So me and Don sit on the car real quick. I had the original Afro. Shout out to Mustafa Rocks. I had his brand, Afro America. I had this crew neck, and Don had on this crazy satin Averex jacket. Me and Don talked the other day. He's like, man, when are they gonna bring back the satin Averex? I said, man, you the one pioneered this shit.
Yeah.
Damn near 30 years ago. You need to call your man from Averex
And make it happen.
and make this shit happen.
Collab.
Only you can make it happen.
Yeah.
No, look, they
You
probably
know?
gonna bring it back after this.
Oh, but they need to.
It usually
The
happens
satin
after
joint?
it's,
Yeah. Come on,
no,
bro.
that motherfucker was
That
cold.
shit was crazy.
Like I remember, like I said, I remember it.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, that shit was so
Man,
crazy.
so much for Don. Don just posted not too long. He has the black Murakami backpack. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
You got the
Of
black
course he has the black
the Chris,
Murakami
like
backpack.
Don is just different,
He's just
man.
the illest.
Like the illest, man.
Yeah.
It's just Chicago, man. People don't know like what we really do because I'm students of you guys. You know what I'm
I
saying?
appreciate that.
I-
and vice versa.
Yeah,
you know?
I get a little respect out here on the fly, and
Definitely,
it was just like,
definitely.
nah, man. The homies that I was watching, man, is different, man.
And to keep it clear, shout to Joe Fresh Goods too. You gotta
100%.
shout out the homie.
Definitely.
100%, man.
I mean, it's so many Chicagoans that really move the needle
Yeah.
that people know about and that they don't know about.
Right.
And it's funny because again, like this is a blue collar town.
Yeah.
Like you really had to be a different type of
Yeah.
individual
Yeah.
to say, nah, I'm not finna work a job. I'm
Yeah.
finna go out here. Like I like fashion, I like music.
Yeah.
I'm finna try to make this happen. And again, like I can't praise you enough for that.
Yeah, no, I
Because
appreciate
that motivated us. That motivated, you know what I'm saying?
And what really gave me the hope to do that was Jay Boogie, man.
Shout
No,
out.
Boogie the
We
goat.
Boogie,
gonna
like
keep talking about
Boogie, like when he hired me when I was 19 years old, and it's so funny, it was 30 years ago, really to the date. It was August of 1995.
Right.
Wow.
And no, it was June. I'm sorry. It was June of 1995. I was 19 years old, about to turn 20. And he hired me to work for him and gave me my first paying job in the industry. He paid me every week. I'll never forget, they gave me, you know, cash. I'm not gonna get into all that, but you know, it was literally like such a incredible opportunity.
Yeah.
And he co-signed me. Like up until that point, I was like a kind of like a bougie promoter, like Hyde Park type of vibe.
Yeah.
But you know, you only make a certain amount of money doing niche parties. I wanted to throw parties at the Click. I'm like, yo, y'all motherfuckers got 2,000 people at the Click. I know that they're doing real numbers.
Tell 'em about
And
that
Boogie
Brat
gave
birthday
me,
party.
oh, the Brat birthday party was insane.
That shit was insane.
So the Brat at the time was the first female rapper to go platinum. So she was just the biggest thing in the country at the time, probably in the world as far as female rap is concerned. And we had everybody from Jermaine Dupri to LL Cool J to Escape to Mariah Carey to Total. I mean, it was just the biggest. To be honest with you, bro, I don't know if there's been an event in Chicago with that number of top tier celebrities.
It hasn't been.
From the music industry in the same room since then.
No, I just remember the vibe in the room. It was completely different. Like we was all
Completely different.
It was like we was in awe. Like he got them there, and I remember
Yeah.
Boogie walking in with the Brat and JD.
Yeah.
And like you said, seeing all these famous people.
Yeah.
I had to take something. I took the big poster. He had the big laminated poster of the puffy coat with the street sign that said 79th
So
and J
crazy.
Boogie.
You gotta send me a picture of that, please.
Yeah, I took that.
Man, it was such a great time.
Again.
And me and Happy and Don, even though I was working there full time, Happy and Don helped to produce it with me. They were like my right and left hand, and I think that's where like the real bond was like formed. You know what I mean? Which became our superiors.
Hey, that's dope. See, that's another origin story that people didn't know.
Yeah.
That party right there.
It had a lot to do with, because we learned from that party that we worked well together. Yeah. You know what I mean? And me and Happy, because Happy's a real club kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Real club kid.
Yeah, people that
So,
know what. Yeah, people that know
Happy was hosting parties at the rear of 91.
Exactly.
That's just what it is.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
Exactly.
So I knew of Happy. He knew of me.
Right.
But we didn't know each other for a couple years.
Exactly.
Don was a fly guy.
Exactly.
Don wasn't in nightlife or entertainment, but he was a real fly dude. And he was an ARB clerk. I don't know if you remember this, but back in the day when you watched, what's the movie with Eddie Murphy? Trading Places. So remember when they were 22,
No, he worked at the board.
He worked at the Merc.
I remember
So
working at the
the
Merc.
guys
Yeah.
that looked like they were gangbanging, they were called ARB clerks, and they were trading money across the floor. So Don was that, and then he ended up becoming an actual trader. A lot of people don't know that if Don wasn't a retail genius, he could be a multimillionaire trader at the board. He actually was a trader. He got upped from ARB clerk to trader, and I don't remember if it was, I think it was like the late 90s.
Yeah, because RP Kwame, but because my
R.P.
brother Kwame worked there with Don.
Yeah, that was their connection.
Yes.
Yeah. But Don was amazing. I mean, he was killing. I remember when, cause like he was like a real people's person. Yeah. I remember when he was like, man, they gonna give me the bread to not be an ARB clerk no more. They're gonna make me an actual trader. I said, bro, you about to be a millionaire? That's what you're saying?
Right.
So we laughed about this or whatever. And I just think he just liked fashion and entertainment more. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like kind of like what we was doing a little bit more. But if the fashion shit drop off for him, he could go right. But nobody would know that.
Right.
He could go right down to the board. You had to be
Yeah,
there. He could go right to the board and be a multi-millionaire trader.
Yes.
And you just never know.
Yeah.
But I appreciate y'all for even having me.
Of course, bro.
Yo, man, we appreciate you. Like I said, we know your back, just for everybody knowing his back is messed up.
Yeah, I'm not trying to
He
look
in
cool.
pain.
I'm not trying to look cool.
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
why I'm
But he's
sitting
still
on
rocked
club.
out, you know
Of
what I'm
course.
saying? And we had to have these stories, man. We appreciate everybody for checking us out, man. It's another one. It's a great one because we get a lot of people that's like, yo, we like the guests, but we really like the stories. And I knew Manop was just the behind the scene for so much, you know what I'm saying? And we'll be talking all day, but we're going to end it there. Peace.
Peace.
Yes, sir.